Just normal.
Yeah.
Oh. So with off-plan investing then, what finance options are available for purchasers? So we've got a UK purchaser looking at off-plan. What's his finance options look like? Like mortgages, etc.
Yeah, so through the construction period, you're going to have set requirements from the developer, same as you would have in the UK. You'd have a deposit effectively.
Yeah.
Now there is, even if there's not a long payment plan, there is typically staged deposit levels, which will be spread. So you might have 10-20% down, then 5% quarter later, or something like that. So you've got to be aware that the developer will have, in every case, some form of cash requirement that you need to have liquid available to go into the scheme in line with the dates. So it's not necessarily you need it straight away, but you'll have a set schedule, and you've got to make sure you hit that. So you've got to cover off that bit. Second bit is you can see if they'll do a payment plan. Well, typically they'll advertise that heavily. There's no negotiation around that, so you will know. So that's one option for you. Again, won't be as long as a typical mortgage, but you will have no interest to pay. You'll have set payments, and you'll have less red tape. You don't have to do credit checks, anything like that. And if you're a few weeks late sometimes for a payment, it's not the end of the world. The bank's not going to be knocking at your door like they might do if you use a mortgage. So those are the two core options. And then we're seeing mortgage demand here through the roof. A huge amount of transactions are being done on a mortgage basis.
Interesting.
So that's a good one, which a lot of people don't think about. So just to be very, very clear, mortgages are readily available for non-residents. Okay, so if you're sat in the UK, more than likely you can get a mortgage in Dubai if you could get one in the UK. That's how I would look at it. One big key difference, though, is the cash deposit required, what we call the LTV rate.
Yeah.
So you normally need a minimum of 40% cash based on the property value. Okay. And that's separate to what the developer is asking. Maybe we could speak about this another time, but generally the developer will ask for in and around that during the construction period. But at a minimum, you're going to need 40% cash as a non-resident. But the actual mortgage process, the interest rates, the timeframes, 20, 25 years, very, very similar to the UK.
That's pretty cool.
Just to note, Nick, obviously we know in the mortgages in the UK, we know the rates at the moment. Are they similar in comparison over here? What are the rates looking like over here?
Yeah, very, very, very similar. So you're typically looking at, it can be 5-6.5%, something like that, 5 to 6.5%, depending on the profile. So it's not going to be a huge difference compared to like someone buying in the UK.
It's nice to know, isn't it, that at least with the investors, it's fairly similar in terms of comparison.